Today on the school bus with me, I have Coach Gatlin. He is driven to use his own life experiences, laughter, and relevant topics to inspire and motivate teachers, principals, middle and high school students, and athletes. The name Coach Gatlin holds a special place for him because along his journey, great coaches helped save his life and shape who he is today. He holds a degree from the University of Nevada, Reno, and a master's degree from Pepperdine University. He is currently in his second year of his educational leadership doctoral program at the California State University Northridge. Go Gat. Coach Gatlin is also the author of his acclaimed book, Train Your Mindset, Accept No Excuses in the Game of Life. He is also a school principal at Oak Tree Community Day School in Palmdale, California, which serves foster youth, students with social and emotional trauma, and students who have been referred or expelled from their comprehensive school campus. With nearly 3 decades of educational experiences, he's become a transformational leader for students, teachers, and parents in multiple communities. Throughout his career as an educator, he has also had the pleasure of being awarded Teacher of the Year, Administrator of the Year. Coach Gatlin is also a former collegiate athlete who fought his way out of the inner city trappings of Compton, California, to earn himself an athletic scholarship, get an education, and play quarterback for the University of Nevada, Reno between 1989 and 1992. He earned Rookie of the Year, Most Inspirational Team Captain, and was voted MVP twice. He went on to play quarterback in the Canadian Football League with the Calgary Stampeders and was the starting quarterback for the Milan Rhinos in Milan, Italy. He's also a former championship girls basketball, baseball, and high school football coach with 23 years of experience to pull from. Coach Gatlin focuses on leadership development with his young scholars. He challenges young leaders to embrace the responsibilities they have chosen to undertake as leaders. He reminds them that leaders adopt the responsibility to be people of influence, inspiration, trust, empathy, authenticity, optimism, work ethic, and the ability to listen, not just to respond, but to understand those in their presence. You are going to enjoy this inspirational episode of On the School Bus with Dr. Spates. Let's go. Welcome to On the School Bus with Dr. Spates, the podcast dedicated to advancing creativity and innovation in education. Each week, we invite educators, innovators, and creatives from across the country doing the real work in schools to hop on the school bus with me, Dr. Spates. Together, we explore what's working. Whether you lead from an office, a classroom, or anywhere in between, this podcast is your vehicle for creative ideas, bold leadership, and strategies that have been put to the test where it counts in schools. Because our children, families, caregivers, and communities are counting on us to equip the next generation for success. Let's go. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us for another episode. Welcome to On the School Bus with Dr. Spates. You've heard the amazing intro and bio. Today I have with me Coach Fred Gatlin.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Isn't the school bus gorgeous?
I love it. I love it. I'm glad you picked me up.
Yes. Yeah. Let's go for a ride. I shared your bio with everybody before we started, and that's who you are on paper. But who is Coach Fred Gatlin?
I am a Black man in America who cares about kids.
Okay.
Right? As a kid, I played sports, and coaches helped save my life. That's why I love when people call me Coach.
Okay.
It's like calling me Dr. Gatlin.
Okay. I love that.
But I love it. But I'm an educator. I'm a principal. I'm a son, and I'm a motivator.
You are.
You know, my goal is to motivate my staff, my students, and motivate myself every day to be the best version of myself that I can be for those that I'm leading.
Yeah, that's very true. I feel like you're a person, you're very disciplined, and you are consistently just working on yourself and sharing your growth with others. So I can't wait for you guys to get to know him today. I have some questions for you.
All right.
All righty. Having worked as an athlete, coach, probation officer, principal, author, and motivational speaker, how have those varied roles influenced your approach to leading a school? And then can you share a moment when a lesson from one of those experiences helped you handle a difficult situation on campus?
Well, as a athlete all my life, and then as a quarterback, because I played quarterback, And as a quarterback, you have to be the leader of the
Mhm.
team. And so I learned as a quarterback and as a coach, you have to learn people's personalities. You can't talk to everybody the same
Oh,
because people won't get it.
right.
I could be stern with this person and they'll get it. And then I have to be a whisperer with another person and they'll get it.
Mm,
So I have an experience. So one day at school, I had a parent. She came in, she's cursing everybody out in the office.
okay.
I'm in my office.
Okay.
I'm like, what's going on out there? So I go out there and say, ma'am, you're very inappropriate. I'm not going to allow you to continue to belittle my staff
Right.
and be inappropriate. We're going to have to ask you to come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right. So she came back the next day. I could see the steam in her ears.
So she left. She said, okay,
Oh,
Coach
yeah.
Gatlin. Okay.
Yeah. I said, you're going to have to leave. So she came back the next day steaming and I saw her. I said, Mom, come in my office.
Mm,
I said, before we move forward, I was stern.
okay.
You're going to have to give me a hug
Oh,
because I could sense it.
yes.
So when she gave me a hug, she hugged me like I just came back from the war.
Oh, she
Right?
needed that.
She needed it.
She needed that.
You know, she having all this tough bravado because she figured she'd been fighting for her baby all
Right.
this life.
Right. Right.
But I said, that's not necessary.
Right.
But in that moment, I had to be a lamb,
Mm,
right? Because I
mhm.
can be a lion,
Right.
but my lion is to protect those
Mhm.
around me. But the lamb is a listener.
Mm,
And so I listened to her story and she told me how she was struggling and she's, doing everything by herself. But just, you have to read the room and read people
right.
and know how to talk to them. So that's being a coach really taught me that with
How
all the
to do
different
that.
personalities that I've had to deal with.
I love that. And heart. You're another person. You truly care about people, but your
Mhm.
entire community, children, your staff, and your parents. And so I think it's hard to do this work if you genuinely don't care about people, like the mom in that situation.
Yeah.
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 I was gonna ask you before we got started, but we're gonna just take a moment. You wrote a book, so this is a big deal.
Mm.
So train your mindset. I have it on the back credenza. Tell us about the book, and then what inspired you to write this, and who is it for?
Whoop, whoop. You know what inspired me? Um, I was watching Les Brown one day,
Okay.
right? And so he told this story about how this guy was sick in
Hmm.
a hospital. And then all these characters came in and they were angry and pissed off.
Mm.
And they told the guy that was dying, they said, now we got to die with you. And
Ah.
these characters were his hopes and dreams.
Oh wow! I love that.
And so I always say the richest place in the world is the graveyard.
Mm.
So I told myself, I don't want to die without leaving the world with something, right?
Mm.
And I said, this is my way of being immortal.
Okay.
I got to leave some stuff behind.
Yes.
And if
Yes.
somebody reads my book and my thoughts, then they can share those thoughts with somebody else,
Right.
right? And then maybe they can share with and this just goes on generation after
Right.
generation. So that's what inspired it.
Okay.
And then I started thinking about excuses, how we make a lot of excuses
Mm.
about the things we're going to do, and sometimes we don't do it.
Right.
But I wanted to write something practical. I wanted people to think about the excuses, common excuses that we use, and then use some stories behind it, whether it be from my personal experience or from those that we know about,
Okay.
celebrities and things of that nature.
And so who's the book written for?
The book is written for, I would say, everybody,
Okay.
from the ages of 11 on up.
Oh, nice. So it's something that schools could possibly buy for a group
Exactly.
of students.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I have a few chapters that's really designated for
Mm.
teenagers as well.
Okay.
So
Okay.
teenagers, young adults, older folks. So there's chapters in there about, I'm too old.
Mm.
My kids won't let me,
Mm.
right? I said,
Okay.
don't let these kids take your dreams.
Right.
And so I write about that,
Okay.
right? I had a young lady come into my office crying
Mm.
because the kids were talking about her because she was 5'10".
Okay. Supermodel height.
Yeah, she's tall.
Okay.
And so she inspired one chapter in there
Okay.
about body image.
Mm. Yeah, that's huge for girls and boys now.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And so I wrote about that. I said, hey, and then I gave different celebrities that are tall that are making a difference in
Yes.
the world.
Okay.
Right. And girls need to hear that.
They do.
'Cause, they have a lot of pressure.
They do,
You're
especially
too
now.
tall, you're
Mhm.
too short, you're
Mhm.
too skinny, you're too fat, your hair too
Yeah.
long, it's too short.
Right.
It's a lot of pressure. Yeah, something in there for everybody.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you. So please go get his book. You can get it where can we get it?
You can get on Amazon.com.
Okay. Awesome. And I think did I order mine from Barnes& and Noble? I can't remember. I feel like I did, maybe.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, so now back to the questions. I
All
just
right.
definitely had to let people hear about this awesome book that you wrote. Okay, so we talk about bold and creative leadership. Schools were faced with a lot of challenges now. And it requires people to be bold and to think outside of the box and be creative if we're truly going to help children and
Right.
support families like the one that you mentioned.
Right.
The mom who just needed a hug and it sounded like to be heard because she was carrying the world on her shoulders. I understand that as a single mom. So you've emphasized giving students diverse opportunities using sports to build mental health and positive social skills. Can you tell us about a bold or creative initiative you've launched as a school leader that has transformed student engagement?
Well, I was a foster youth, right?
Mm,
And then I was in a program as a teenager, and it was about independent living.
okay.
And so what I did was I launched something where I would teach independent living skills twice a month,
Mm,
right, for my students. And my teachers would see this.
okay.
And so this year, one of my teachers said, I want to take the lead.
Oh,
I
wow.
said, okay, okay.
Okay, I love
And
that.
so instead of twice a week, we do it every Friday.
Okay.
So we created something called the Boys to Men series.
Oh, I love
And
that.
so we're teaching the boys about how to shave, handshake, how to use a hammer, how to use a nail, how to change a tire, how to change a battery. We talk about financial literacy, right? So we talk about all of these different things. And then the women on campus got inspired and they started
Okay.
something called sisterhood.
Oh, I'm like, how can I send my students?
Yeah. And so they're learning how
I'm
to be young
serious.
ladies
I love
with the
that.
ladies. And they talk about
Yes.
entrepreneurship and all the things that young
Okay.
ladies need to learn about.
Okay.
And so that's awesome
That's
that
incredible
people got inspired and we're just going with
from
it
your
every Friday.
example.
Because I said the boys need to hear from us men. Boys can't, only men can teach boys how to be men, and only
Mhm.
women can teach
Mhm.
little girls how to be
I was just talking
ladies.
to a friend about that this morning, just
Yeah.
about the idea and notion of just having class, right? And that's
Hmm.
something that is
Yeah.
taught and handed down from, an older generation to
Exactly.
another generation.
Yeah.
That I'm like, okay, so you guys do this on Fridays.
Every Friday.
What time?
We start at 9:15.
So can I if I can
Sure.
find a bus to bring a couple boys over and
Yes.
girls, I think that would be awesome though, because especially, I'm married now, but I raised my children as a single parent. And so
Right.
and I think we spoke about this at one point. I was always worried about my son because I didn't know how to teach him those things and there
Mhm.
wasn't anybody to do that. So I love that your school is really filling in the gap and teaching boys how to be men.
Yeah, and also
Mhm.
I teach personal hygiene for the
Mhm.
boys,
Yeah,
right? And then I have my nurse teach personal hygiene for the girls,
it's important.
right? Because they don't know.
They don't.
And so, I always ask my kids, I say, hey, what were you doing in 1985? You weren't here? 1990? Uh-uh. I said, well, you may need to start listening to folks that have been roaming the earth
Right,
before you,
right.
right? So, yeah, I said, you guys got to listen.
Yeah, yeah. Now tell us, you are a principal. Tell us about your school,
So,
just so people have context and
right.
understand what we're
So my school
talking about.
it's a community day school,
Okay.
right? And so we welcome. We welcome all the students from the comprehensive campuses who have been either expelled
Right.
or referred to our school because they are eloping from class,
Mhm.
cursing teachers out, cursing
Mhm.
principals out.
Mhm.
Uh, they have all F's and D's. And then we get students also who have been SAR'd, meaning they have attendance
Uh-huh.
issues.
Mhm.
We get students from other districts also
Mhm.
because we have MOUs with other districts.
Okay, I didn't realize that.
Yeah. And so our goal is to help
What grade?
it's K through 8.
Kindergarten.
Yeah, yeah, K through 8.
Kindergarten through 8th
Yeah.
grade.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I had a first grader bring a vape to school one day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Where'd you get that from, son? "Oh, I got that out the stripper's bag." "Oh, okay."
Oh my god.
Mm. So you never know where these kids are coming from,
And
their
what they're bring
backgrounds and how
yes,
they're
yes.
being raised at home. And so we get the kids that have the social and emotional trauma.
Mhm.
We
Mhm.
get the kids that don't wanna do anything. We get the kids that need some love and
Mhm.
structure and
Mhm.
discipline.
Mhm.
And so at my school, we, we have uniforms,
Mhm.
right? We march 4 days out the week. People say, "Why they marching?" Because 'Cause they're learning structure, discipline, they're
Mhm.
learning teamwork,
Mhm.
right? And we make it fun.
Right. It is fun.
We make it fun. They're marching for points, right? We
Mhm.
have 3-minute stations, 6 stations,
Right.
right? And so,
Go
it's
Mr. Estrada's class. They're always my favorite.
and so we're teaching these things, right? And so the goal is we're trying to teach them if you work hard, you get rewarded.
Mhm.
So the team with the most points, they win the oak tree flag and they win a pizza party
Mhm.
on Fridays,
That's awesome.
right? And so there's always a rhythm
Mhm.
and there's a cause to
Mhm.
everything we do. Um, and then we bring them into the classroom and we go through the academic piece, but
Mhm.
we're trying to give them the confidence that they
Right.
need and the structure.
Right.
So there's a lot of structure at my school, a lot of tough love,
Mhm.
but the kids need it. And I tell parents, if you support us, we can help you.
Right.
I said, I'm cooking.
The
Right?
kids say, "Let us cook, let them
Yeah, let us
cook."
cook.
Right,
I said,
right,
you knock on my door and say, I'm hungry. I said, well, look what I'm cooking.
right,
You like that?
right. It's
That's
a
some good stuff in that
process.
pot. And if you like what we're cooking, we can
Right,
help you.
right,
Some parents say, I don't like what you cooking. I say, well, you hungry? Yeah. I said, well, I can't help you because it's all I'm cooking.
right. But you do so much. You do, you actually innovated. I think we're the first person in the school district that you were in to start taking students to the college fairs.
Mhm.
Um, Doing a program, Wolf Connection, providing students with social emotional support, taking the girls to a girls leadership conference. Can you talk about some of the programs you've put in place at your school? Because people sometimes have a view of schools like yours, where maybe it's just all behavior. They don't understand the comprehensive program that you've put in place to really support students. Can you talk about some of the programs you've put in place for your children?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that because a lot of people they have narratives about our school and
Hmm.
they've never been there.
Right.
They be having those kids and they be got to stay in a line and everything,
Right,
but everything
right,
has a purpose,
right,
right? I
absolutely.
love lines. They
Yes.
got to walk in lines, yeah. I was at Vaughn's the other day.
I was in a line.
I was in a line.
Right,
Concert line,
right.
right? Um, so the goal is to make things relevant for
Mhm,
our students,
mhm,
right? And so I want them to learn about life.
mhm,
That's why we take them to the Black College Expo.
mhm,
I want the young ladies to learn about how to be a young lady from women.
mhm,
And so that's why we take them to these different events. We take them to UCLA. We take them to CSUN.
mhm.
We take them to a restaurant so they can do interviewing skills with a
I
real
love that.
manager,
That's
right?
awesome.
So I want to give them skills that they can take with them,
Right,
right? Because I
right,
hate wasting people's time,
right.
especially kids. And I always tell my staff, I said, we are fugitives in the
Mhm,
systematic system called
mhm.
the public school system.
Mm,
We have to go outside of the box.
I love that.
Yeah.
We have to. Uh, I also wanna add to that, um, your classrooms are very structured, so it's not just behavior. It's life skills. There's social, emotional supports in place, and you guys focus on academics in the classroom.
Yes. I mean, we have a social emotional counselor. We have an academic counselor.
Mhm,
We have a resource teacher. We have a student interventionist who works on anger management,
mhm.
right? We have restorative justice circles. And so we have a lot of supports in place for our students
Right,
because they need the help,
right,
right?
right,
But I always tell students, you have to help us help you,
right,
right?
right.
I think of education like a tricycle,
Mm,
right? If one of the tires is flat, we can't move,
right.
right? And so the student represents one of the tires, the school represents one of the tires, and
Mm,
then the parents
mhm,
represent the other
mhm,
tire.
mhm.
And everybody has to put in the work,
Right, right,
right?
right.
I can't depend on the 2 tires.
Yeah,
You can put all the air you want to in them 2
right,
tires, but if I'm flat, how we moving?
right, right. And you provide support for parents as well, don't you?
I do.
Mm.
So we have at least 20 parenting workshops, throughout the year.
That's incredible
Yeah.
because there's 10 months in a school year, so
Mhm.
you're
So we have
doing
a yeah,
sometimes
we have
twice a month. That's
twice a
awesome.
month, yeah.
Wow.
And I tell parents, who better to learn about parenting skills than from other parents?
Oh, okay. So parents lead them.
No, but we have
Oh,
activities
okay, where they
where the
can
parent,
engage and connect. Okay.
um, I got stepchildren, so I'm a parent. So
Yeah.
look, you learning from my parent.
Right.
And then we partner with mental health promoters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so they come in and they help
That's awesome.
lead the way.
And I have to say too, just you are changing lives at your campus because once families allow children to complete your program, the children are different and they get to come back to their comprehensive campuses and they thrive and do really well. So,
And I forgot to mention that. And so it's an 8-week program,
okay.
but we tell the parents and the students, if you're not ready in 8 weeks, you'll stay another 8 weeks.
Hmm.
Because I can't look another administrator in the eyes and say, hey, he's ready. She's ready.
Right.
They're not.
Right.
I
Right.
don't, and I tell my staff, I don't care
Hmm.
if you want to get rid of them. I'm not gonna let you do it.
Right.
They just need to go. No, they don't.
Hmm. Hmm.
But so now you're watering down the integrity of what we
Right.
do here.
Right. Right.
Readmission is celebration,
It is.
right? You
Yeah.
earned this. You put
Right.
in the work.
Right. And that helps build the confidence of the
Build the
students.
confidence, build the
Yes.
character,
Yeah.
right?
Then there was another piece too. I happen to know you do. How do you start your day each day with your students? Because this is really unheard of. I feel like for a principal to do this every single day.
Every single day, we start our day with a motivational message
Okay.
from me.
Okay.
But before I get to me, I go around the NPR and I ask my teachers, how are they doing?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so the kids get a glimpse into the lives of our
I love
teachers.
that. That's
I call
nice.
them specialists
Okay.
because it takes special people to work
It
at Tree.
does. It
So we
does.
go around the room and we hear from everybody. I say, how you doing? How you doing? Everybody gets a chance to speak, and then they get to
Right.
me, and then sometimes I speak on what I've heard in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I have a message already planned for them.
Okay.
But they need to hear from us.
Yes.
And they need to hear from the leader of the school.
Right.
And so I get their minds right. And I don't just it's not just a sit and get from me.
Mm-hmm.
I ask questions,
Right.
And so like one morning I asked kids, how can we help you today?
That's a great question.
What do you need from us today?
Yeah.
Right? Because
Yes.
that's the client.
Right.
We can't
Right.
fall more in love with the product than the client.
Right.
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 And I have to remember that as a leader. We have to remember that as educators.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. I like people to be able to listen and then just walk away with actionable strategies, just one thing that they've heard that they can try. So in your book, Train Your Mindset, you challenge common excuses and use stories to encourage resilience. If you had to give listeners 3 specific strategies to help young people develop that no excuse mindset, what would they be?
That no excuse mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. So the first thing people should do in the morning is give themselves some positive affirmation. Because we do an affirmation every morning at my school. It's called our creed.
Okay.
So affirmations,
Okay.
right? I'm a firm believer in your thoughts recruit other thoughts.
Oh, that's nice.
And so if you're saying, I am him, I am her, nothing formed against me shall prosper, right? I'm going to have an incredible day today, or I'm going to college. You, and then you'll recruit other thoughts. Yeah, you are great. You are this,
Right.
you are. But if you have negative thoughts, they're going to recruit other negative
That's so
thoughts.
true.
I'm stupid. I'm dumb. I can't.
Right.
And so I believe in the concept of those who say they can and those who say they can't are always
Same.
right.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's one strategy. You have to have a positive affirmation. Say those.
Okay.
It takes 2, 3, 4 minutes every morning. Say those positive affirmations. Believe in yourself.
Right.
The second thing is the concept of easy. Right.
Okay.
Thought about the word easy. Right. So like it's easy to brush your teeth in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
It's also easy not to brush your teeth. Now you're going to work or school and your breath is smelling like hot garbage.
Right.
Right. It's easy to put deodorant on.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also not it's easy not to put it on.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to hit the snooze button. It's also easy to put those 2 feet on the floor and get up
And go to the gym.
and go to the gym.
Mm.
And so when you think of things as
Yeah.
being easy, you can do it.
That's so true.
It's so hard to write a book, but it's easy to write 1 page a day,
Right.
just 1 page.
It's just the
It's a
shift, the mind
mindset shift,
shift.
right?
Yes, yes.
And so think of things as being, because life is hard enough. So think of things as being easy and do
Mhm.
the easy thing because you can
Okay.
do. And then I think about the concept of pain, right?
Okay.
So pain, life is painful.
Mhm.
So I always say embrace the pain.
Okay, say more about that.
Watch this. I'm gonna use an example. Working out, we just talked about that.
Yes.
So it's painful to get in the gym and work out and do your curls and do the squats and
Mhm.
get on the treadmill. That's painful.
Right.
Muscles gonna be sore. But guess what? In 8 months, you're gonna look in the mirror and be like,
Hey.
hey, so the pain is gonna pay off, right?
Right, right.
Or you can take the easy route and do nothing.
Mm,
I ain't going today.
right,
I'm not, I'll go tomorrow. And you never go. And
right,
then 8 months later, you're gonna look in the mirror.
right.
It's gonna
It's
be
gonna be
painful.
summer.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
it's
painful.
gonna be painful. You're gonna be like, that hay ain't gonna be there,
Right, right. It's not gonna be there.
right? So you might as well
Okay.
get rewarded for the pain,
Right,
right?
right.
And so for kids, I say it's painful reading. I don't know how to read anyway. Try
Mhm,
to go through that word. It's gonna
mhm,
be painful.
mhm.
Keep doing it. Keep being consistent. And then in a year from now,
Yeah, you'll be
right,
able to
you're gonna
read.
be able to read.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's painful to write. Keep writing.
Mm,
Right. A year from now,
yeah.
5 years from now, you'll be like, man, I'm glad I went
Right,
through the pain
right.
of learning how to do this thing.
Mhm.
So we got to embrace the pain
Okay,
and get rewarded for it.
okay. Thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
for that. Okay. Um in your life, you have really turned adversity into advantage. Growing up in Compton and navigating foster care, I know you've credited your aunt, sports, and mentors for helping you avoid negative influences. How do you turn those personal experiences that are traumatic into practical tools or programs for your students today, especially the ones that are facing similar circumstances to what you grew up with?
Yeah. You know what? I tell the kids, you have to embrace your story. Don't run from it.
Mm,
Allow your story to give you strength.
mm,
And I say a lot of students nowadays, sometimes I see that they're real sensitive,
yes.
right?
Another guest, we were talking about that too, just saying that children today, they're more emotional than what we were growing up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And, we grew up a little tougher just in the sense of we knew how to, remember the term bagging,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes, yes.
We used to bag and you had
Right,
to take it
right,
and you had to snap back,
right, right.
right? You so skinny, you got to use a Cheerio to hold up your socks.
Oh,
So
no.
we had to, we had to come
Sorry.
back on them.
Cheerio, okay. But you're not anymore.
I've been drinking milk. Um,
Okay.
so we got thick skin,
Right,
right? And so
right.
I try to teach kids you got to have some thick skin because people are
Mhm.
gonna talk about you
They are.
all the time. As a
Mhm,
leader,
mhm.
people are gonna talk about
All
you
the time.
all the time.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? I can feel the arrows sometimes. Sometimes they hit me in the back, the
Mm,
chest, but I got to
mhm.
break those arrows off. I
Right.
leave a tip in though because I need to remember
I know that's right.
the
Yeah, right,
receipts.
right.
But
Yeah.
but no, it's about having that thick skin and being resilient,
Mm,
right?
mhm,
And no matter what, you have to set goals.
mm,
And I always say a goal is just it's just a wish if there's no action behind
mm,
it,
mhm,
right?
mhm, right,
Ain't nothing but a wish. I wish I had that car. Yeah, you're gonna keep on wishing if you don't never do nothing about it.
right.
So yeah, that's what we did back in the day. We had to have thick skin and we couldn't let anybody derail us off of our goals that
Mhm,
we
mm.
set.
What do you because you have the unique experience of working with the students, I was gonna say who, have experienced the most trauma, but some students are better at masking it, but because that's the student population that you're working with, what advice do you have for school leaders who are working with children who we see the trauma and just negative behaviors on our campuses? What can we do to support these students or to help them acclimate to our environments or serve them better?
I would say as leaders, we have to make sure that we have things put in place for those students,
Okay.
right? We have these social emotional counselors, we have the student interventionists,
Mhm.
but at the same time, I say leaders, you have to make yourself available
Mm.
for these students.
Mm.
It's nothing like students feeling like, you know, the principal cares about
Okay.
me because the principal asked me a question about my life.
Okay.
Just taking the time to uh, capture the kid's heart.
Okay. Okay. And what are some of the ways that you do that? How do principals, because I find it comes easy for some people and not so much for others. So if it doesn't come easy to me, what can I do to show my students that I care about them each day?
I would say keep it simple. Just ask simple questions. Hey, how was your weekend?
Okay.
Right. Um, what do you want to do when you get older? Right. And then you can have a conversation about that
Mhm.
as you're walking through the campus.
Mhm.
Right. Um, Complimenting the student.
Mm.
Right. I like your shoes.
Right.
I like your braids.
Right.
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 Um, you look beautiful today.
Right.
But we want to make sure that we match the inside with the outside.
Right.
I don't want you to be an ugly person
I
inside.
love that.
Right.
Yes. Mhm.
Um, and so just hearing that from the leader, and it really touches kids. They're like,
Mhm.
man, they care
Yeah.
about me.
And that's simple, it's free, it's not a staff person,
Yeah, it's
so that's
free.
something we all have the ability to do.
Because on some campuses, some like I know a parent. She said their son goes to a school, but
Mhm.
they don't even know who the principal is.
Oh,
They
wow.
never see him.
Oh, wow. And that was the other thing I was gonna say too. You don't lead your campus from the office. You're constantly out with your scholars.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. My shoes don't have holes at the bottom.
My heels get kinda worn down.
We got to wear them down. By the end of the day, you
Right.
should have flats on if you got heels. They should be flat.
Right.
But people, they need to see that you're
They
visible.
do.
It gives everybody hope, and they feel supported. Talking
Mhm.
about staff and
Right.
teachers and students when they see you roaming in and out of
Right.
classrooms, and I tell my teachers, I, I will be coming in your classroom. That's
Mhm.
what I do.
Right. Right.
Ain't no but. This is what we do for a living.
Right.
You teach for a living,
Right.
so we just keep teaching when I come in.
Right, right. I love that. Thank you. Those are practical strategies we can all use. Oak Tree Community Day School. It's a K through 8 campus. We've talked about it with students who typically need the most support. You've really built an innovative program. You've told us a lot about the structures and programs that you've put in place. But you spoke to it earlier. Your teachers have stepped up and started leading and developing programs. So, how can leaders cultivate a team that supports bold innovation for students without burning out?
Well, as a leader, you have to delegate the responsibilities,
Hmm.
right? I always tell my teachers, there's no one person on this campus more important than anybody else.
Hmm.
We just have different responsibilities and different pay grades.
Right. Hmm.
But the machine does not function efficiently when the custodian is not here,
Right.
when the office staff is not here,
Right.
when the teachers are not here. Or the two teachers are out, it's not going to function the
Right.
same.
Right.
But as a leader, you have to learn how to delegate and trust your people. I
Mm.
tell mine, I say, I'm not a micromanager.
Hmm.
I have high standards, and I expect you to operate at a high level.
Right.
Now, if you're not doing that, I'm gonna have to call you in the office.
Right.
Okay, I don't
Mm.
want to, and I'm gonna tell you straight.
Right.
I don't want to hear no violins when you get in here.
Right.
Some folks try to hit me with tears.
Okay.
I'll be like, here's a tissue. I'm gonna
Okay.
keep giving you this.
Right. Hold people accountable.
Gotta hold you accountable.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when you delegate, it makes it easier, so
Hmm.
you don't burn out.
Hmm.
And people, you gotta trust people's talents
Hmm.
and let them fly.
How do you do that though? Because delegating is different than the two teachers who stepped up to lead those programs at your campus. Because you did something, because you can delegate, but people may not step up. And it's different because they wanted to own that and do something special for students. And I always say educators are humble. So don't be humble because we need to steal from you right now.
Right.
But what do you think? What do you do? What about your leadership style? Do you feel like inspires your team to step up and to lead? That's a big deal.
My main thing is leading by example,
Okay.
right? And that's in everything,
Mhm.
right? If I see some trash on the ground, I'm gonna pick it up,
Mhm.
right? I'll go into your classroom and teach,
Mhm.
right? And I tell my teachers, I will. I'm gonna give you a month. I'm gonna come in and teach, and then I'm gonna let you roam
Mhm.
the earth
I love that.
and go steal some strategies from other teachers
That's
while
awesome.
while I'm teaching.
That's awesome.
And so I teach a lot in
Mhm.
my camp. I teach in the classroom. I teach in the NPR. And so just leading, when you see me leading by example
Mhm.
as a leader, you have, I'm thinking people say to themselves, you know what? If he's doing that with all the things he has to do,
Right.
then I can do what I do every day, which is teach and bring a relevant message to these students. And so that's my main thing.
Okay.
Just
It's a
showing
big deal.
teachers, showing staff that um, if I want you to do dirty work, I'm going to do it first.
Right. Right. Thank you. Um, you mentor a lot. You volunteer to teach independent living skills to foster youth and students. You're a coach in the community. What lessons do you prioritize, and how might other educators integrate those lessons in a traditional school setting?
Oh, here's the main thing.
Okay.
I tell teachers, do not waste our kids' time.
Mm,
If the student asks you, why do I need to learn this, and you have no answer, then you've lost them,
mm,
right? I had a teacher teaching on angles.
okay.
That's cute.
Mm-hmm.
Now, after this lesson, how are they going to use that?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be gone.
Okay.
And so let's tag it. We got to tag what we're teaching as something that they can,
Right. The relevancy piece.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, how about you show a mansion or a nice house and talk about the angles on that house?
Oh, that's awesome.
Talk about the
Yes.
angles on that pool in the backyard,
Yes.
right? Because it's a math class.
Mm-hmm.
And so then you can morph into other things like
Right.
how much that house costs, how much is the down payment on that
Mm-hmm.
house? What type of job do you think you need to get that house with
Mm-hmm.
all those angles,
Right. Right.
right?
Yeah.
And so
That's
now
different.
kids are thinking about, ooh, yeah. So now when they think about this angle lesson, they can
Right.
think about that house they just saw
Right.
and what type of job I'm gonna need
Yes.
and what type,
Yes.
all these
Yes.
things. But tagging what you're teaching is something that's relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Let's stop wasting these kids' time,
Right.
right? I'm not about pacing guides.
Mm-hmm.
My teachers know that.
Right. Right.
Teach the kids what they need,
Right.
like now.
Right.
How can they use this,
Yes. Yes.
right? You're talking about something back in the day, some history. We still got to move it forward too.
Mm-hmm.
How can they use this history today?
Right. 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 Yeah. Relevancy is, I feel like that's a big part of how you lead your school and how you're able to get the results that you get, because there's a relevancy piece to the morning message, to the trips and experiences you plan for them, and even the way that you lead instruction on your campus. So thank
Yeah,
you.
I always challenge teachers with um think about this. When a kid is 19, 20, 25,
Hmm.
30,
Hmm.
35, 40, will that kid one day be having a conversation,
Hmm.
the backyard barbecue,
Hmm.
or wherever, and saying, man, I remember this teacher such and such.
Yes.
They changed my life.
Right.
Will that be you they're talking about?
I love that.
Or will they be saying, I remember this one teacher,
Yep.
I hated they.
Yes.
I almost cursed her.
Yes. Yes.
Right? Will they be
Yes.
what are gonna be what will they be saying about you?
I love that. That's an important
Yeah.
reminder. I was at an event here. We film at 661 Creator Space, and it was a meet the host event that the owner Tavier she planned. And so I am an introvert, even though people don't realize that.
Me
So
too.
are you? See, you're not.
I am.
Are you? Are you being serious right now?
I am, but I'm shy. People don't I am shy. But if you get me going and you ask me, I'll engage.
Okay. So I am an introvert, but I'm not shy, but she had to pull me to speak. So I did. And that was one of the questions I asked. I asked about the impact of educators on people in the room. And do they remember something that an educator said to them? Everybody, not everybody, but so many hands went up, but it was negative. People remember that person that negatively impacted them in
Right.
schools. And even this brilliant musician who I love, he's a pianist, Kenneth Crouch. So we were just at his concert a little while ago, and he even spoke about a teacher who told him he'll never be a concert pianist, he'll never be a classical pianist, and he's played at concert halls across the world, but he's 60 in this loop is still playing in his mind about what he's not going to be. So I love that
Yeah,
challenge for us to think about as
you have
educators.
to. And I try my best to give my students opportunities,
Hmm.
right? I said, I would love to be the first person that gave you an opportunity.
Mhm.
So kids say, especially if kids say, I want to be a rapper. I want to
Mhm.
be a singer.
Mhm.
I want to be a comedian.
Mhm.
And I tell them, do you?
Oh.
I said, well, how about in a couple of weeks,
Okay.
you do a 3-minute set?
I
You
love
want to be a
that.
comedian? You can do it in the morning.
I love that.
You a singer? Okay, get a song together. I want you to sing
That
it
is
for the
so
class.
sweet. Okay.
Right? So this will be your first concert.
That's
This will be
awesome.
your first comedic set.
Yes. Has a child ever taken you up on it?
One time.
One time, what'd they do?
They did a comedic set.
Okay. Were they
They
funny?
were,
I love
and
that.
hopefully one day they'll be like, man, I got
Coach Gatlin.
my first
That's cute. I love that.
first set was in school.
Okay. And so as a principal, author, coach, motivational speaker, entrepreneur, we didn't mention this, but Coach Gatlin also has a high-end line of tennis shoes that were made in Italy, made out of leather. They're beautiful. I got mine. But how do you balance all of these things while maintaining a focus on the needs of your school? Because you definitely do. You're a phenomenal principal. You've been recognized as being such. What systems or habits do you rely on to stay focused? Because I think you are very disciplined and structured.
I was gonna mention, I got a administrator of the year a couple of years ago. APAC,
Congratulations.
yeah.
That's awesome.
But I digress. Okay,
So,
so
yes, you care about your school. So
I
it's
do.
not like you're doing all of these things and your school is neglected. So,
So for me, a schedule. A schedule is my accountability partner,
okay.
right? So at night, let's review the day,
Mm-hmm.
right? How did you do today? I call myself Gat.
Okay.
How'd you do today, Gat?
Okay.
Right? Did you listen? Were you too hard on this person or that person? Right? Did you do all the things that you promised yourself you would do? Right? So
Mhm.
reflect, review, and then I write out the day. I write out my day for the next day,
Okay.
all the things that I need to get done.
Okay.
And then that acts as an accountability partner. But I chunk it,
Mm.
right? I do the most important things first and then move
Okay.
down the list. And I learned that in sports,
Mm.
right? We had an
Mhm.
itinerary,
Okay.
right, on Saturdays.
Okay.
Every day we had an itinerary. And so you had to follow it.
Mm.
And so I have an itinerary every day that I follow.
That's awesome. Your goals.
Yes, you got to.
I'm going to
I don't
get
want to
there.
miss anything. Even on a Saturday, okay, I got to go to the cleaners. I write it down.
Okay.
Got to go to the cleaners. Okay, I'm going to go hit some golf balls.
Mm.
Okay, I got to read this book. I got everything. My Saturday, everything is
It's
planned out.
planned.
I'm going to the football game.
Okay.
Whatever I'm doing, it's
Yeah.
planned out.
Okay.
It's a 4-hour block, but I'm
Right. So
right.
planning.
Yeah.
Planning. Okay. I
As
like
you
that.
as you get older, you got to plan everything.
That's
Even if
true.
you're going to a concert.
Right.
Okay, the concert should be over by 9. I
Right.
should be in the bed by 8.
But you're reflective, and that's powerful too, because a lot of times, especially as leaders, we're putting out fires and we're moving through our day. But I loved that you take the time to reflect, to think about how you impacted others that you work with and that you support. So
Mhm.
thank you for that.
Yes.
And so this may be connected to this, but how do you self-care?
Oh. Well, I get my manis and petties.
Do you really?
No,
I believe you.
I do it myself, though.
Oh, do you?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, you can't be
That's
clone. You
cute.
can't be clone. It can't have your feet looking like you've been kicking boulders.
Okay.
But no, my therapy is golf,
Okay.
right? That's my therapy.
Mhm.
I love nature. I love to go
Mm.
golf. I work out I work out 5 days a week.
Oh,
Early in the morning, I work out.
okay.
Because I always tell people, I go to my closet every morning,
Mhm.
and I'm always looking for this other body.
Eat.
He like 6'4", 8-pack. I can't find it.
Me
I find the
either.
shoes, the hats. I'd be like, where is
The
he?
purse.
So I said, you know what? I got to take care of the only body I got.
Okay.
So let me go to the gym and do something.
Okay. I'm getting there.
Yeah. And people motivate me too. I look at
Mhm.
online, I see 70-year-olds. They all cut
Yes.
up, the
Yes.
bodybuilders.
Okay. And then what are you reading right now?
I am reading, this is a good book.
Okay.
It's called Outwitting the Devil
Oh.
by Napoleon Hill.
Okay.
So the whole book is an interview. He's interviewing the devil,
Oh.
right?
Okay.
I love it. So in this one section of the book, he asks the devil, where do you live? Devil said, I live in the minds of those people who are not focused and they have no plan for their life.
Ooh, that's
He
good.
said, I love to live in the minds of children because I can control them for longer periods of
Wow.
time. Right.
Mm,
Um, he said, the devil said, I love schools.
mm,
So why do you love schools? Because in schools, there's a lot of teachers who don't teach students how to think.
wow.
So when they don't teach them how to think,
Wow.
then I control them.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
He said, I love churches too.
Mm,
He said, because churches teach people how to fear me.
mm,
And
wow.
fear is fuel for
Mm,
me.
wow. Okay, I'm gonna have to pick that up. That sounds good.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Okay. Okay.
I got a whole bunch of them in my office.
Okay. I'll have to grab it.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna come get one. And then your final words. Okay. So this podcast is exclusively for two groups of people. So, one, passionate school leaders who are relentless in their focus to transform schools,
Hmm.
and that other group of school leaders who have lost their spark. Um, what would be your advice to both groups?
So for the leader that's lost their spark, I would say you got to wake up and ask yourself, why am I doing this?
Mm, mm,
Once you answer that question, that should motivate you.
mm.
But we got to continue to, like I said, to delegate. You can't do it all
Right.
because you'll burn yourself out.
Correct.
But you got to have a passion.
Mhm.
I tell people I'm not I'm not new to this. I'm
Mm.
true to this.
Right. Real
Right?
talk.
I tell myself I was born to do this.
1000%.
I was born for it. I love it. I
Hmm.
love every minute of
And
it.
it shows in everything that you do.
Yeah. And so I always tell people you can't count down the days.
Mm.
I can't wait until break.
Right.
So your mind is somewhere else.
Right. Right.
You got to make today count.
Right.
So this every day, if it's a Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, I say, you know what? This is the best day of the week.
Right.
Why is that? Because it's the only day we got.
Right. Right. Right.
So let's make the best of it
Okay.
for ourselves and for our kids. So that was the latter end of that
Hmm.
question. What was the
So for the passionate people, what's
oh,
your
the
advice
passion
to
people?
them? Hmm.
For the passion people, you gotta keep that fire going.
Hmm.
Keep trying to reinvent yourself
Hmm.
every day to bring that passion out even more.
Okay.
But you want your passion to jump onto others,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And be authentically yourself.
Right. So important.
Learn how to be vulnerable also.
Right.
Um, and be yourself.
Hmm. Yeah.
And don't be afraid to hold other people accountable, especially yourself.
I love that. Especially ourselves.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you. Did you enjoy the ride?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I was like, hey, I like this. It was so nice. I was like, I want to live in that neighborhood right there.
Well, thank you. I hope you enjoyed another episode of On the School Bus with Dr. Spates. See you. We ride at dawn every Monday at 5 a.m. A new episode drops. See you next week.
I love it.
Thank you.